Hey Blazers, this episode is brought to you by Audible.com and the Amazon Company. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/Blaze Entertainment.
Or visit the sponsor and supporters links on our website at entertheblaze.com. With over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. Now let's start the show.
No gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her. Wanna lay it down, I'll try my heart. Don't I know gold is not in her.
What's going on, Blazers? We're back with another episode of Blaze Entertainment Spotlight Edition. I'm your host, Kwame, joined by the beautiful, the melanin proficient, the queen of Blaze, Miss Free. What's up, girl?
Yeah, good.
You're here. Living the dream.
I'm tired. I've been up early this morning.
Girl, you working hard. Hardly working.
No, just working hard, period.
Yes, I like your nails, girl. You look pretty.
Thanks.
As always.
Thanks.
But today is not about us, Miss Frey. Tonight, we are honored by the amazing, the Chef Boyardee of pastries, the creator and owner and operator of Eddie's Edibles. What's up, Eddie? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. I'm hungry now.
Yes. Pastries are my favorite, you know. Cupcakes.
They seem to be a favorite from everyone.
Cookies.
I have friends that will actually eat the dessert before the main course.
I sometimes do that because I have such a big sweet tooth. I prefer pastries over candy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I'm not a big candy person either.
No, but I will.
But you put a cheesecake in front of me, girl. Cheesecake is my weakness. Hint. But anyway, enough about our grubby hands right now. Tell us about who you are, what you do, and why you do it, sir.
Well, I am Eddie Eason. I am the owner of a company called Eddie's Edibles. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved to California in 2001. I'm an actor. I sing background. I'm kind of an all-around kind of a guy. And throughout the years of being in Los Angeles, if you're familiar, life kind of gets the best of you. And, money was a little funny around about 10 years or so ago. And I have a best friend who made some kind of a comment of, he wanted to, bake. He wanted to learn his mother's pound cakes and sell them. And I thought, you can do that? Long story short, I know how to read. And so I started going on the internet, Google searching and looking at different recipes and just kind of I'm just going from there.
Awesome. And now it says that you, because it says you started out, or Eddie's Edibles started out in 2011, correct?
Yes.
But so far you've already been to you've catered actually a lot of different things. I can see the Kelly Price breast cancer awareness gala, the Jamie Foxx celebrity basketball charity event, the Amber Rose Slut Walk, Los Angeles. You out here.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think being in the industry, if you will, and having connections throughout the years and staying within the community, Black folks, we like to support Black business. And so a lot of times I've fallen into that arena, or people just call me because they tasted it and, they like to support business.
Yes.
Okay.
So I've been fortunate in that way.
That's good. That's it. So what do you enjoy most about what you currently do, Eddie's Edibles?
I think, honestly, in the beginning, not so much now. I guess still get a kick out of it, but I enjoy the reactions. Because that gives me that confidence, that I did well.
Yes.
But even as I call myself a student. I'm still a student. I'm always learning. And I'm still always trying to perfect what I've done.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, I can personally attest to the deliciousness that comes out of Eddie's Edibles because I had some of his peach cobbler and good Lord. I am not, like I said, I'm not a big.
Is that the peach cobbler I tried?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I brought it
Stuck
back.
your foot in that.
Yes.
I was like, come on. I haven't had peach cobbler forever. Ooh, yes.
It was slamming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't bring this. You didn't taste it because I was being selfish, and
Yes,
I'm
you
so
were.
sorry. But he made a sweet potato cheese. Was it sweet potato pie cheesecake?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was like a hybrid.
Oh, good.
I've never tried anything.
Yeah,
like that
you wasn't
before.
gonna try it that night. I'm so sorry.
Well, you know what? That's fine. Some other time.
Next time.
Some other time.
Now with you, branching, like how, because most businesses, they start out kind of like on an uphill climb. Have you noticed that you kind of were a little different, especially with you having connections and networking, and as well as knowing people in the industry? Did you notice a different path for you?
No, it was still hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What
And that didn't happen overnight.
Okay, I hear that.
A lot of my business came through, word of mouth.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it didn't start overnight at all. Not at all. No. I had to do the grunt work. I took the baby boy approach from the movie Baby Boy, Tyrese character. I went into the different salons trying to get work. My actual first client was Angela Simmons.
Mm.
Okay.
At the beauty salon,
Okay.
her stylist called to style, or the place where I brought the cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
She needed some cupcakes last minute. When I say that, it taught me how to be. I need to always be prepared, because I was not prepared for her. I didn't have any cake boxes or anything. I ended up giving her the desserts in, those full pans
Yes.
that you bake, that you bake the peach cobbler in, and all of that. Yeah, I gave it to her in that.
It was still
She
good.
But they were
them.
good,
However,
You gotta do what you gotta
but
do.
I was so not prepared.
Now, I know a lot of people, like, they try to do stuff like what you're doing right now, and they don't really focus on the business aspect of it. And I noticed that you, as you've grown, and looking in your bio, you kind of focused on that as well. Like, what would you recommend to someone who is trying to get into the culinary business and trying to, do something similar to what you're doing? What would be your recommendations and the do's and do nots?
Well, to be honest, I have a financial background, so my job, if you will, is in finance.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been exposed to that world. So keeping my own books, I still need grooming in the business side of it, or taking it to the next level, advertising outside of Facebook. You know what I mean? And word of mouth is great, but how do I take it beyond? So I'm at that crossroads with this. I think I've invested the 10,000 hours it says it takes for a business to really begin to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at that point where it's time. What do I need to do in order to take it to the next level? So I can't really say that I have advice. I'm still trying to learn that. I've gotten the cooking down. I can cater an event by myself if I can, or a hire talent. I got all the resources, but I'm at that point of, okay, what else do I need to do? And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Amen. That's very humbling, and also just, I think, for people to because they think that everybody that is successful, like, is automatically overnight successes, and they don't really see the growth and the fact that you need to remain a student and grow and learn, and constantly soak up, knowledge. Like, even with Miss Free and I, like, we still, like, every day when we're, every week when we do our show, we're constantly looking at ways to kind of change and enhance our show. And I think that's something that a lot of people just stop. They kind of hit a plateau. They don't know. They don't want to grow and move on from there. So kudos to you for that.
Oh yeah. So I need to learn how to do a business plan of some sort on the next stages.
Yeah. So you said that you were still growing and still learning. So for someone who was starting off fresh, brand new, what are some tips, or what are some things that people should avoid doing in order to have a successful business, or order to, have a successful growing business like yours?
I guess just like you said earlier, Kwame, being humble to the experience and learning and being able to take advice from other people who might be in the same genre. Just being observant, I remember calling various bakeries in the area, just seeing how much they would charge for certain stuff, just to get an idea of how this worked. Because I didn't know how to charge. I've never been one who patronized bakeries, so I didn't know how much, a dozen cupcakes would cost, and it varies. It depends on the area, so yeah.
And who you're selling.
So I would just say, just pay attention to, just absorb as much as you can, take notes, and that's about it.
Okay. So, Eddie, Kwame didn't want me to ask you this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do your edibles
Oh my God.
have a little, some in it that can, put me in a better mood right now, if you catch my drift? Do you make edibles
when I
like that?
Well, I do. When I started the company, I didn't realize that was a thing. I had no idea. Eddie's Edibles was just a name. I had no idea that it was a thing. And then when someone who has a dispensary came to me and said he was considering, putting me in as a vendor, I was like, huh? So after doing some research, I realized, oh, this is a thing.
It's a huge market.
I do have an ailment, so I have the card, and I go in and I get the product. Wink, wink.
Okay. I just had to ask. I was just wondering.
Inquired minds want to know.
Because when people see like Eddie's Edibles, they're thinking like, "Oh, yeah, I'm about to go get me some edibles."
Right.
Yes. I love
Okay.
it.
Side market.
Right. The only thing is, I don't know how to advertise that. I mean, now that it's becoming legal, maybe, but and even still, people don't know me to do that. So even though the name is perfect, do I still keep the same name if I don't know.
I think you should dabble.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk offline after this.
Right.
I know some peeps. Anyway. But yeah, like what are your next steps? What is Eddie's Edibles, what do you see yourself going in the next 5 years?
Well, right now I have branched out from the desserts only, and I do full service catering, so I offer all kinds of foods. And how I started doing that was I took it step by step. I did meal preps.
Okay.
So that by doing meal preps, it kind of put the wheels in motion and cooking beyond, baking. And so from that, just getting the, various work and catering and learning how, because let me backtrack. I've worked as a cater waiter for many years. So I've worked for Wolfgang Puck, all of them. So being in that in arena, I've learned how to, I know what it takes in order to, to do those kind of things. So that right now is my goal. I do want to try to save now towards a food truck of some sort. Okay. I even considered maybe doing even edible food trucks,
Yes.
Okay.
I can come and cater parties that like that. I've done 40th birthday parties and et cetera, and that's all they wanted was edible. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. So that's part of my goal. I do want a restaurant, but I hear horror stories about restaurants. I think food trucks might be the best route to go.
And out of all of the events that you've done, can you name a top 3 that you really enjoyed and why?
One of them was the Kelly Price pre-Grammy party. That was the party that, Whitney Houston was there. And
shook.
Yeah.
Shooketh.
And one of my friends, he offered her some of my rum cupcakes. Or actually, it was just rum cake. She didn't look at him. She looked at her security guard, and he said she's fine. But he gave us everything we needed. So, yeah. But that was a fun event because there was a lot of people there that I did some networking, met some folks. And another event is, can't remember. What other event was memorable? I guess the Jamie Foxx party.
Okay.
I've been knowing him for a very long time friends with his sister, so that's kind of a family member, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
And one more.
And Whitney Houston just looked at
I
you.
mean, Whitney Houston just ate your cake. Like, it's just, my God. Whitney, the voice Houston. Question for you. And I think because we're running out of time, and I want to make sure I get as many questions on as I can, because we know you're a busy man. So, what do you feel was some of your growing stumbles? Like, what would you, if you looking back now saying, oh, I probably would have did that differently, what would it be, and why?
There's a host of things. Number one, when I scroll back to some of the pictures, being in the world of, we are our own little photographers.
Mm-hmm.
And when we take pictures of food and this, that, and the third, some of the pictures from way back in the beginning was like, I know it was a cell phone, but Jesus, it just shows, some of the technique that I've had, that I've accustomed over the years have grown. What else? Just learning from the various mistakes. Luckily, as a baker, you read, and it's very precise. So for the most part, I stick to the recipe. I'm not like a cook. I look at the recipes and I read and I learn.
Okay.
Was that the question? I'm sorry. I think I told you guys that I think the NyQuil rather, is starting to kick in.
No, you're good.
Listen. I understand.
It's starting to kick in, but at least I'm not sneezing. So
right.
I'm excited about that, but
it's
I feel
working.
a little woozy.
Well, I won't keep you too much longer. I just want to let everybody know, like, where can we find you? If people wanted to order from Eddie's Edibles and or find out more information about Eddie's Edibles, where can they go?
Well, right now, Eddie's Edibles is an online bakery. We are in Leimert Park. So basically the way that works is you would find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm Eddie's Edibles on both handles. And you would place an order. Mm-hmm. I need probably 72 hours for certain orders. Yeah.
Awesome. And do you have a website yet, or is it just social media based?
Right now the website's in construction because I'm trying to infuse the food.
Nice.
Beyond the desserts.
Gotcha.
So,
got it.
Yeah. And so some of the pictures that I've taken that I'm going to take, I need to, take some professional food pictures now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can't always use the cell phone pictures. Even though they look, now with these new phones, they take really great pictures.
They do. Selfie worthy.
I'm excited.
Yes. I'm already getting fat just thinking about it.
I know.
It's terrible.
Yes.
Well, Eddie, thank you so much for taking the time out to be on the show and speak all of the deliciousness. Now I'm super hungry. Thanks.
All right. This was fun.
Yes. And for more information about our spotlight interviews and or anything Blaze Entertainment, definitely go to www.entertheblaze.com. And, check it out. Check out Spotlight Interviews, the rest of our other shows. And also check out our sister show, After the Blaze. Do you got anything else, Miss Free?
No, I'm Gucci.
All right. We are out.